Sorry, what you're saying.
Uh, oh, why, um, what was I gonna say? I forgot what you said.
Oh, we were just
Um,
talking about the like maybe meeting next week to talk about to do your PowerPoint to help you with it.
oh yeah, yeah, that would be helpful.
Because it's due, it looks like it's due on the 15th, which is, let's see, that is next Thursday.
Yeah,
So if we can, so even if we met like next Tuesday at our regular time, then we could just help, we can help you get it done. Because you can screen share your PowerPoint and then we can help you with it.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
So, and then that way nobody's really doing it on their own and it helps. It makes it a lot faster.
Yeah, I appreciate it. That might be a good thing.
Yeah, for sure. And then it looks like the exam starts on the 12th, which is Monday, and it goes through the 14th. So we only have Monday through Wednesday
Ugh.
to it. Yeah. So
I hate when they do that, when they give us such a short time frame, because what if someone like works all those 3 days, you know what I mean?
right, I know.
Stress.
So that's next week. And it looks like group meeting. Oh, I can't open it yet. It looks like we do have a group meeting next week. So we could like schedule a longer time next week and just get it all done at once.
Mm-hmm.
And then that way you guys will be done. We'll be done with this course, then you can study for your other finals.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that should be helpful.
That work? Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. I only have one other class, and it's my final is nothing I have to study for. I just have to like make a big spreadsheet project. So I won't be cramming for any other exam, so I can totally help in any other way too.
Yay.
So yeah, so just let me know. Alrighty. Did you guys do the quiz?
I
Yeah.
got through like maybe the first three, four problems, but I didn't get quite through it all.
Okay. How about you, Lexi?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did most of it, if not all of it. Let me see.
Okay.
It's not too hard. I think it's just a lot of I think some work behind some of the problems, but
And it was like,
not too complicated.
no, it wasn't. It was like a lot of the interpreting part, of course, got me all messed up too. It was a lot
Yeah.
of verbiage. Didn't you find that, Lexi? It was a lot of like, what does this mean?
Yeah. Like, I didn't get the first one. That whole, I'm so bad with the alternative hypothesis crud.
Yeah, that
No.
one, I had to find it in the book.
Yeah. And then number 6, when it asks, like, what describes the residuals, like, I made the scatter plot, but I don't know what to do with it. I'm like, I don't.
That one I looked at too because it said that it can't follow any pattern, but like that wasn't the answer. That wasn't an answer in here.
Yeah.
So I was confused on that one too. So okay, let's start at the beginning and then
Okay.
work our way through. So for the first one, I got the third one. B1 equals 0, B1 does not equal 0.
So how do you figure that? Because that's my first guess is always the equals and not equals, because I feel like that's the standard, but how do you...
I don't know if there's any way to know it other than that's what they told us.
Oh, okay.
In the book, it said that I think I know the right word. I'm trying to think of the right wordage. It's not complicated, but hard to remember. They are looking for they just want to know if they are connected, the dependent and independent variable.
Okay. When they're unknown.
And so the only way they're not connected is if it's equal to 0.
Oh.
So because if it was a 0, there's no connection between the independent and dependent variable. So if it's -1 or +1, it doesn't. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. Okay. You're so smart, Zachary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 4, I got the third one.
Yeah, same.
Um,
Yeah, I got the same one too.
Perfect. Okay.
Number 5 was the last one.
I got the first one. What'd you get, Zachary?
I wasn't sure about this one.
Ugh. See, that's because it's not like specific in the book.
Yeah, I was trying to look through.
Let me see. Let's pull up.
I just knew that it said if there is a pattern, it suggests linear regression is not appropriate.
So that's okay. So
Oh,
when,
so yeah, it wouldn't be the last one then. That's the opposite. I hate how they worded everything. It just threw me off.
no. So what, Zachary? Maybe you can tell. What's the difference between the linear regression and the residuals? Is there like, or are they all tied together? Like the residuals is what's left over. Is that?
The residuals are like the difference between like y and x. I mean the
Okay.
y dependent variable, the
Yeah.
expected y variable and the real y variable.
Okay.
And so if you put them on a plot, if there's any sort of pattern, that means that they're not linear. And
The
then it's kind of tricky too, because like they won't look normally. If they look normally distributed, that's a pattern too, because you don't you'd have a curve. So, but I mean, it still confused me because I never heard about the second answer in the book. But I mean, I think what I said explains the plot, because you're looking at the difference, and so you just get. I mean, it's weird, but that's what happens. You're just looking at the difference between those two things.
Okay, so there are several patterns that could arise in a residual plot. A curvature, a megaphone. So I guess the megaphone would be the right one.
Oh, that's a pattern too.
There's several patterns that could arise.
Because one's a hot dog shape.
Oh, okay, so it's saying if there is a pattern in the residuals, it suggests that linear regression is not appropriate. There are several patterns that could arise in a residual plot: the curvature, the megaphone, and the outliers. So it's got to be the positive one then, right?
Yeah, that's what I did, because I just picked the one out of elimination. But I mean, it so confused me because
I
never said anything about it. So
Lexi.
hate everything.
it bothers me because I want to know the reason for the answer.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll go with positive and see.
What happens?
Yeah. Okay, number 6, then I got B, I'm sorry, the middle one.
Okay.
Mm.
But again, I don't understand, because I feel like they were talking about this error term, but I've never seen that error term anywhere else except for this chapter, and they didn't explain it. So is the error term the residuals? Like, I have no idea.
What is the error term you're talking about?
I don't know. It was in this chapter. It was at the very beginning of the chapter, and they started talking about the error.
Oh yeah, the variance of error
It
term.
said 5 requirements for linear regression. The error term is normally distributed. Well, what is an error term? They don't even talk about it. After that, is it a residual?
I hate everything. If we get an answer wrong on the exam, we'll just be like, that's an error term, so it's correct.
I like that.
I don't know what this is.
I like that. That's good.
Gosh.
So I don't know. Zachary, what do you think?
The error term is like a value they add to the equation that helps it be closer to the real line, because like there's nothing that will make it so close as long as if they don't add the error term.
That
And I
makes
think the error term is just like but it's just kind of weird because like I don't know if I read it into it a lot, but it talks about how one of the requirements is to see if the error term is normally distributed.
right, but where?
So I mean, I think that's what you mentioned.
Yeah.
Seeing it.
Yeah, so they bring it up first in the chapter and then explain it later, which doesn't make sense. But it's not really explained, but still, it just says, we know that y will not fall exactly on this line. There will be some randomness in the observed values of y. So we add a term called the error term to this equation.
Where are you seeing that?
So I always control F.
Uh-huh.
And so I typed error, and it's the first one out of the 7 that pop up. It's under 2, the theory of simple linear regression.
Oh, okay. 3. Okay.
I think I just reread it.
Mhm.
It says that the true regression equation has the error term. So like our lines that we predict and use in the Excel, I don't think they have an error term.
Okay.
Because we're using a line that's not the real line, the real equation for the line. So I think that might help.
Okay. All right. Thanks. All right. So what did you guys get for number 6 then?
I didn't get that one. I made the plot, but I didn't know what to do with it.
I made the I didn't make a plot, so I didn't know if there was a linear pattern. But I noticed that the first one was true, but I don't know if the second one is more true, because it's asking for the best answer. That confusing question.
Okay, so
how
to find
first
that.
one was true?
Oh, sorry, Lexi, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was asking Zachary, how did he know the first one was true?
I just looked at every value and saw if they were greater than or less than those two values, or
Okay.
in between.
Lexi, did you do a QQ plot?
What was that?
Did you do a QQ
Me?
plot? No, Lexi.
I did. Let me see what I did. It's like it just has the dots.
Yeah, and then did you sort it from A to Z? Like do from biggest to lowest?
No, how do you do that?
You just so in the QQ plot you just do like you go up to the data tab and because whenever you do a QQ plot you have to sort it from lowest to highest.
How do I do a QQ plot? Because I just clicked on the little graph with the dots and then I chose scatter.
Okay, so it's in the quantitative descriptive statistics file.
Oh, okay.
But for the residual, plot. Oh, you know what? You were right. You're supposed to use a scatter plot, not the QQ plot for residual.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ugh.
The dramatic turn once again. I hate this.
Okay, let me.
Well, you eventually do a scatter plot for the residual. There's a residual.
Okay.
You just don't have to do one at first.
You don't. Okay, so
First, you can have like a normal plot, and then you can have a residual plot, and you can use them to make a QQ plot right after.
Okay, so which
So
one?
I might need to step back. I think I got confused, but I mean,
So
Unless I'm on the what you're saying.
uh,
But if you just do the thing that Lexi said and you click scatter, it'll give you a scatter plot,
right.
not a
So is that what
QQ plot.
okay, so is that what you use to what statement best describes the residuals? Is that what you use to determine that? The scatter plot?
You would need a QQ plot to see if they're linear.
Okay, well then they are because I did one and they form a straight line.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, they're linear.
Okay. Ugh. Okay. Number 7. I got they're fairly normal.
Okay.
What did you get?
That one I skipped. Anything
Okay.
with these like graphing the scatter plots, I got lost. And these were QQ plots, and I didn't even notice.
I think I got ahead actually for number 7.
Okay.
6 is not a QQ plot. You're not using a QQ plot. So, I think you would need it would be the first one because you're seeing if it's all you can tell using software is what the residuals are. It doesn't ask you to make a graph or scatter plot. It just wants the numbers that say residuals at the top.
Okay.
So, and we know they're not negative. We can't tell if they're linear, but we know they're between negative 40 and 25.
Okay, because it's not asking
So,
based on a graph.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
yeah.
The trick
So,
is this wording.
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So then the number 7 would be that they are fairly normal. Then because they did form a
Yeah,
straight line in the PQ plot.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
The 6 was still linear, though, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, so no, for number 6, the answer is A.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He was saying that's what he got.
Yeah. And then number 7 is B.
And only B?
Yeah. Oh, are you on number 8?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're on I was talking about number 7. Number 7 is B.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, and then number 8, I picked all of them, but I don't know.
I know that says like only B.
No, yeah. So we know there's a linear relationship, right? Because the QQ plot shows them linear. Okay, what's the see, this is what I'm talking about. The variance of error term is constant for all values of x. What does that mean?
Yeah, I put all of them except for B and D because I don't know about that error stuff, so I just...
Okay, Zachary, you got to help us understand this error.
Okay. I'll try my best. I think I didn't get as far, but I think I might know a little bit that might be on track to what you're trying to get at. The variance would be like the not the standard deviation, but what's before that. But I don't think it really went into how to compute variance for the
Okay,
error
so
term.
here in the text it says the requirement summary. For the normal error term, you do a QQ plot of the residuals, and points in the QQ plot are close to the line. I'm looking at that QQ plot, and they are close to the line. So I would say that is, but I don't understand this variance of the error term is constant for all values of x. I don't understand what that means.
Well, I forgot that variance could also mean like the difference, like if they're they're spread apart. The error terms, they're close together.
Yeah.
Okay, so would that be because they're all close to the line then, that it is constant?
Well, the error term would be the difference between the between the expected and the true value. So
Why didn't they talk about this in our book? Did you guys find it in the book at all?
about the random error variable?
Variance of error, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
I mean, I would like to read about it so that I understand it, but I didn't. The variance of the error term is constant for all values of x. I don't even know what that. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
We could look it up, but I don't know how much that will help us since the text is probably our best bet.
Error term. Okay.
Did you guys watch the videos at all?
I didn't last night. I'm gonna have to go in and watch it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to. Because I usually don't unless like I have trouble with the quiz, but this week was rough.
Yeah. And it shouldn't have been. It was just a lot. I feel like the book is missing key points of information sometimes. I'm like, we don't know that.
Yeah. And I feel like that's where it gets hard to be online and not like sitting and listening to a teacher teach it, you know?
Right.
So that's where the videos kind of help too, because it's almost like a teacher teaching you, but not quite.
Right.
Are the videos pretty quick?
I've never watched them.
Oh,
Lexi, you said you watched them. Are they short or are they?
No, I think they're like 20 minutes. Maybe I'm thinking of a different class. Let me see. Oh, well, yeah, like this one's 6 minutes. Like I opened them up to watch it this morning. I just didn't get to for me. Yeah, like 10 minutes, 6 minutes.
Okay.
I might have to start watching those. Those could be helpful for this one. Usually, I feel like I understand it pretty well, but
Yeah.
it might be helpful.
Yeah, they come in handy sometimes.
Okay, so I just found this is just on somebody's blog. It says the points on the plot appear to be randomly scattered around 0. So assuming that the error terms have a mean of 0 is reasonable. But what is an error term? Like when you run a regression analysis, the variance of the error terms must be constant and they must have a mean of 0. The variance of error terms, okay, but what does that mean? The error. Okay, so the error terms are also residuals. They are the same thing. An error term is the residual.
What's the point of having two different words for the same thing?
I don't know. So the error term equal is residuals.
The way you say it's residual. Like, this is so dumb.
Just pick one word and stick with it. So it's saying when you run a regression analysis, this is in the same blog. It says, I'm going to focus on the assumptions that the error terms or residuals have a mean of 0 and a constant variance. Okay, so what's the constant variance? When you run a regression analysis, the variance of the error terms must be constant and they must have a mean of 0. So can we tell that based on calculating it in the spreadsheet? We'd have to be able to, right? So I'm gonna pull it up and see. Ah!
Oh, I feel bad.
Oh, Zachary, are you leading us astray?
No, I think I'm knowing what that said, and I think I think I gave the wrong wrong answer for number 5. Because yeah, what we did on number 6 and number 7 and 8 were all based on a linear graph. I mean, linear equation, and those rituals were below positive values. I mean, they were negative.
Right.
So it's not B for number 5.
Okay.
Because they can't be negative. I mean, they can be negative. So the only, and y'all canceled out the last ones since they're not a megaphone and they're not a pattern.
Normally distributed.
They have to look normally distributed, and maybe it's just a confusing wording because like it says they look normally distributed, but maybe they aren't normally distributed, but you can tell they're normally distributed using a plot. So maybe that's what they meant. But it's just like this quiz is confusing.
Right? Yeah. Okay, so what do you think is number 5 then?
Oh, the first one.
Okay, all right. Okay. All right, so I just put these in here. Residuals.
What you had said about residuals kind of sparked my memory, so.
I'm glad I could help you. I wish it would help me. Okay, so I think you were right about number 6 because the lowest residual that I'm seeing is negative 38. And then the highest one, see, the highest one is 27. So I guess if they're saying it's about 40 and negative 40 and 25, I guess that works, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then, okay, based on the QQ plot of the residuals, so let me copy this in. What did I just do? Sorry. Okay. So for them to be fairly normal, it needs to be in a straight line, right?
On a QQ plot.
QQ plot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let me put this into the oh, wrong one. Ah. All right, and then like me doing that. I need to do just values. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Well, now I'm going to sort them.
Just think, y'all, after this quiz, we'll have no more quizzes.
Thank goodness. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that.
Okay, so
Group quizzes, anyway.
the Q plot, they are in a straight line.
Okay.
Yay.
So,
They're normally distributed.
okay, so that's, so when it's saying they're fairly normal, that's like the most horrible way of stating that something is like fairly normal. What does
Yeah.
that mean? Does that mean that there might be some that are off? Because I'm looking at it and it's totally, I mean, there's a couple that aren't exactly on the line. So is that what they mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, then I would say they're fairly normal. So, all right. So then if we go back, using the software, create a scatter plot of the data. Okay. So the scatter plot is made using the residuals. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So,
Yeah, the scatter plot would be the residuals.
okay.
Mhm.
So I'm making one right now. All right. So. Okay, so based on, okay, so there is a, okay, so we're in agreement that there is a linear relationship between X and Y because of the QQ plot. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Then for the second one, my computer's being really slow this morning. Okay, so then for the second one, it says the variance of the error term is constant for all values of X. So where do we find that number? Like how do we determine that?
I don't know for sure.
Okay, so I am going to email her this question and ask for some explanation. I'll copy you guys on the email because I don't want to waste another 45 minutes trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
I really don't understand it and I would like an explanation.
Makes
You guys-
sense.
You guys good with that?
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay. Number 9, I got 12.695.
Same.
Oh, good. Whew.
I think that sounds right. I didn't do this problem, but I would have had it. I mean, I don't know where I'm going with it. My Excel blew up, so
Oh no.
yeah, I can't verify it, but I'll take your word for it.
Okay. Since both of us got it right, hopefully it's right.
What was the value again?
12.695.
Okay.
Okay. Number 10, I got 9.574.
Same.
Oh, good. Okay. Number 11.
Zachary.
What?
What's
Sorry.
that?
Did you get that one down, Zachary?
Not quite. What was it?
9.574.
Okay.
Okay. Number 11, I got 27.807.
I got 27.806, but I think it's just because I didn't round right. So I'm going to go with 7.
Did you get that, Zachary?
What was it for number 11?
27.80, or sorry, 27.807.
Okay.
Okay. Number 12, I got the third one. What did you get, Lexi?
I skipped that one, so
I don't know. Because the p value was like a really, really small value. It was like whatever number to the e, to the whatever minus 10 or something. So it was really small. That's why I got that one. Number 13, I got the last one.
13, the last one. Was 14 the first one?
14, I got the second one. And the reason why is because the dependent variable is what you're predicting. Right, Zachary?
Yeah, that's right.
So
Okay.
for number 14, Zachary, can you look at that and see? So they're saying head length was used to predict body length. So body length would be the dependent variable, right?
It would be the dependent variable. Whatever variable predicts the second is the dependent. I mean, that'd be the independent. Whatever variable is predicted by another variable is the dependent variable. So.
Okay. Okay. So Lexi, if you use the head length as the as the dependent variable, our answers are going to be different for the next one.
Okay. So then mine are wrong.
Don't change out your answers yet, because if I was wrong, let me submit this quiz and see.
Okay. So what'd you get for 15?
15, I got. Okay, my answers are wrong, so you probably did it right then. Yeah, I got all of those wrong.
You had the body length was wrong too, it said?
No, I put body length in.
And that was right?
Yeah, that one was right, but all 15 through 18 were wrong.
Okay, then mine are going to be wrong too. Because I did it off the head length.
And see, and I missed questions 10 and 11 too.
Oh my gosh.
So those aren't right either. And number 8 is wrong. But everything else is right. So so 10 is wrong, 11 is wrong, 15, 16, 17, and 18.
Oh.
Well, that really sucks.
Do you guys want to just work on it later in the day and we'll email about it if no one has?
Yeah.
I know mine are going to be wrong.
Yeah. And Zachary, since your Excel crashed, you don't have it.
Yeah, because I didn't finish.
Or is your like Excel done, like done, or is it just not working?
Oh, I can reload it, but I lost all the values.
Oh, okay.
So it would
So
take me
why
several
don't-
minutes to plug them in again.
Okay, so why don't we work on it and then try to like email later this afternoon?
Okay.
Does that sound good, Zachary?
Yeah, could I? Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
what are your values for 15, 16, and 17? Just so I know.
Yeah. 15, I got 20.521.
Okay.
16, I got, excuse me, negative 38.76.
Okay.
17, I got 2.212.
Okay.
And then 18, I put the last one.
Okay.
And that was wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, that makes
You get-
sense that it was wrong because all my other answers were wrong too.
What did you put for 15?
For 15, I put 20.521.
And you said 10 and 11 are wrong?
Yep. 10 and 11 are wrong. 8 is wrong. But everything else was right.
8 was wrong?
Yeah, because we didn't, so obviously, because I selected all of them. So
Yeah.
apparently there's something that isn't supposed to be selected. So
Okay.
It's probably
email
yeah. Okay.
that though, because I really don't understand it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to watch the videos and stuff and study it a little more.
Yeah, me too. Me too. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Now that we're all sad about our quiz.
Anything else good?
Okay. All right. Well, let's email and then we'll hopefully get it figured out tonight.
Okay. Thanks,
All right.
guys. We'll do the
And
project.
we're meeting the same time Thursday, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Same time Thursday.
Okay.
And then we'll work on our project on Thursday too.
All right.
Good enough.
Sounds good.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. You guys have a good day.
Yeah. You too. Thanks.
All right. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.